Hey guys, so I am on day 8 of testing positive for the COVID. However, I decided to go out for a drive by myself in my car today since it is a glorious sunny day and I'm like 80% better. I have barely left my house in over a week. But I wanted to make a video for this channel also because I have noticed something this week. Some things have stood out to me. I've been reading. I've had more time to just kind of sit there and like sift through things, read things. I reread the book Prayer, the Art of Believing by Neville Goddard, which is, I don't remember it being what it is now. This always happens to me. You get some experience, you gain some perspective, and you read something and it's like a completely different thing. I think I read it first, like right before I started this channel, and now I completely understand what it means. So I'm going to have some things to say about that book. If you have not read it, go read it. It's all about people. And it's like 30 pages long. So if you're in this for the people aspect of things, go read that book. But I'm sorry, I'm still a little congested. One thing that I have seen this week that's popped out at me this week is it's become very clear to me the amount of lying that is happening. Not even necessarily intentionally. But this is why you also need to be careful online with anything that you see in a video or read on a forum or whatever. I am not much of a liar. I'm not saying I never ever lie. When I do, sometimes I feel so bad about it that it has like an outer consequence. It's almost like I punish myself somehow on some level for it. But I'm not somebody that almost ever lies about anything. I've never lied on this channel. And you know, if I lie, it's usually to like get out of doing something I don't want to do, or to not have to talk to somebody I don't want to talk to. But, so because of that, and this isn't everybody's you pushed out thing, because I don't lie, I think, while I don't believe what everybody says, I'm really skeptical about claims that people make. I don't view people as being outright liars all the time. Like when it turns out that something has been completely fabricated, I'm usually pretty surprised because I just don't understand the motivation that people have to do things like that. To just make up a huge lie, a big story, and sell it to people that you don't know for no personal gain other than just like people's going, wow, oh my God, that's amazing. Tell me more. Like people are so desperate for any small amount of validation that apparently they will do that. They will just make up a fantastical story and sell it to people just to know that they were able to do it. That blows my mind. So I don't perceive that a lot. Like if I'm talking to people or reading stuff online, I pretty much start off assuming that people are telling the truth. And this week I've noticed, somehow it's just come to my awareness that people are routinely lying about what they're doing. And worse, they're lying to themselves about what they're doing. And that is the purpose of this video, because this will definitely affect you, whatever you're trying to do with your life. If you're lying to yourself about what you're doing, and I think this comes from sort of a victim type mentality, a sense of powerlessness. So there's no judgment about this, okay? There should never really be a lot of judgment about most things. I think it doesn't make much sense. It's not productive, and it's certainly not productive to judge yourself. It's for the most part, usually it just pulls you backwards. It doesn't help you move forward in most cases. But I think that when you're in a state of victimhood and you have a feeling of powerlessness and you're not in a great circumstance, or you don't feel like you can do what you need to do to get out of it, there tends to be this knee-jerk type of response to that, of acting as though you're doing more than you are, or telling yourself, you know, I've tried so hard, I've done so much, you know, I've done all the things that you have to do to get this thing and I still haven't gotten it. And you hear people saying this all the time in this community. I've done this, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that. And of course, none of us can have any clue whether or not you've really done it. I can't say for certain that everybody is lying about this stuff, but this is simply a video that I'm making so that you can think about this for yourself, because I don't care. It doesn't impact me. I'm not here to get people in line. The only reason that this video would be useful to you is if you're ready to admit that you actually haven't been doing the things that you said you've done. You actually haven't had the right attitude. You actually haven't taken the actions that would get you from point A to point B. And taking an action is, doing a SAT scene is taking an action. Watching your mental diet is taking an action. Actions are all part of this. Taking the right action from the right frame of mind produces the end result so fast. I can attest to that. So really, all I'm saying here is, are you really doing the things that you've said you've done? Are you just kind of like in a state of powerlessness that makes you want to just throw in the towel? You feel so low and so beaten down and like weak and unable to do this stuff that it sort of produces that desire to say, well, I did it and it didn't work. Instead of just admitting, I haven't really done it yet because I haven't felt up to it. I'm just not there yet to where I can actually do, I haven't gotten this feeling of empowerment yet. Because, honestly, just sort of admitting where you actually are is a super empowering thing, and tends to have the effect of propelling you forward. Because when you get rid of all this garbage, like, what are you supposed to, okay, you're actually in this state, right? You're actually in the state of disempowerment. You're not admitting it, probably because it would make you feel too bad about yourself or something. There's some reason why you're not comfortable with admitting that, even to yourself. And so then you do all this other stuff. So first you have to stop doing all the other stuff, then admit that you're in the state, then you can move forward. So it's actually empowering. It drops all this other pretense surrounding what you're saying you're doing that you're not actually doing. And the more you sit around saying, I'm doing this and it's not working, the more that becomes sort of the truth in your mind. The more you're convincing yourself out of the very thing that will get you out of the hole you're in. So just stop doing that if you can. If you recognize yourself in this, just stop doing that. Try to stop doing that. Try to catch it when you're doing that. And you don't have to admit it to whoever you're saying it to. Just sit in yourself and say, okay, this isn't really true. Okay, I just heard myself saying that again. All right, I see what the problem is here. I just don't want to admit to myself that I haven't really felt up to the task of actually doing these things. I feel judged. I feel like I should be doing them. So I'm defending myself, and I don't have to defend myself. That's another great little thing about giving a shit about yourself, is I don't have to defend myself to you. I am where I am, and that's cool. You're gonna have to deal with it because I'm important, and I don't need to lie to you about what I'm doing so that I can get your approval. That kind of thing. So think about it. If things aren't working out for you, think about it and see if that applies to you. And I'm sorry for the nasal element of this video. However, it turns out an 8-minute video is actually quite taxing for me right now. So conclude my little drive around and go home and allow this to wear off by tomorrow, hopefully, because I feel really good today. So have a great day.